So here is the list of the top 5 most lucrative livestock farming business here in Africa. My name is Chidera and I am a YouTuber. Within the past 365 days, I have visited countless livestock farms comprising of rabbit farms, fish farms, poultry farms, snail farms, pig farms and lots more. So in this particular video, I want to be giving you guys a list of the top 5 most lucrative livestock farming business here in Africa. So without wasting much time, if this is your first time coming across our channel, please do well to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please do well to turn on the notification bell so that any other time we post a video concerning livestock farming, you are going to get notified. So at my number 5, I have rabbit farming. So rabbit farming is a very lucrative farming when you talk about the livestock sector. Why I say rabbit farming is very lucrative is because one rabbit can give birth to about 7 rabbits at a time. And one thing you need to know is that rabbit farm or rabbits, their pregnancy is just 1 month. So within 30 days of your rabbit getting pregnant, your rabbit can actually give birth after like 30 days. So their pregnancy period is 1 month. So imagine you getting a rabbit and your rabbit gets pregnant, and after 1 month the rabbit has given birth. You can see how lucrative that is. Your rabbit can even give birth up to like 6 times in 1 year. And one thing you need to know about rabbit farming is that rabbit farming is very easy to manage. Like the feed consumption is not really high, and that is one of the reasons why a lot of people are going into rabbit farming. But the reason why I put it at number 5 is because of the marketing aspect of rabbit farming. Here in Africa, a lot of people don't really eat rabbit, or a lot of people don't really know about rabbit and have started consuming rabbit meat. But in places like China, they consume about 925,000 tons of rabbit meat every year. That is about 62% of the world consumption of rabbit meat. That is what China are consuming. So imagine that the whole Africa consume that kind of amount of rabbit meat. A lot of rabbit meat will be selling here in Africa. But currently, not a lot of people here in Africa know that rabbit is even being eaten. So that is one of the few reasons why I set it at number 5. But aside that, rabbit farming is a very lucrative business. You get a rabbit in your farm and start farming them. Rabbit do eat leaves, rabbit do eat pellets. Even if you don't want to give them pellets, you can just be giving your rabbit just normal greens and they'll be growing very well, and they're going to do very fine. So imagine just feeding your animals with just green that you can cut from your bushes. As you guys know, here in Africa we have a lot of green leaves. Imagine feeding your animals greens that you get from bushes around you. You are not even going to be spending much money on their feeding. Rabbit farming is a very good and lucrative venture to go into. So at my number 4, I set the pig farming. One of the few reasons why I put the pigs at the number 4 is because a lot of people don't eat pig meat, because biblically it's not said that people should eat pig meat. So lots of people avoid eating pig meat. So pig for me is being set at number 4 because of that particular aspect. And also, a lot of females don't really like going into pig farming. Most of them are scared of maybe pigs do bite or pigs can actually attack them. Almost people are scared that pigs are really dirty animals, although some of those talks are fallacies. Some of those things does not really mean it's true. Like the aspect of that pigs do bite, they don't really bite, they don't attack like that. And pigs are not really that dirty as you guys think. But a lot of people do have that perception in mind, that like have those kind of thoughts in mind that pigs are not really very clean. So most people avoid going into it. So that is one of the few reasons. So at my number 3, what I have there is snail farming. Snail farming is one of the easiest farming or livestock farming venture to go into. One of the few reasons is because you can even feed your snail twice or 3 times in a week. So even if you cannot be going to the farm every day, but once you get your snails and put them in the right place, you can feed your snails once and come back after 2 days before you come and feed them again, and they will do just fine. So if you are going into snail farming, or if you are someone who is interested and you feel you want an easier venture to go into, snail farming is one of those few ventures that are really easy that you can actually go into. One thing you need to know about snail farming is that it's very cheap or easy to start, just like the rabbit farm, whereby you can get 1 point of laid snails at cheap as even 250 naira per one. 250 naira is like 0.2 cents or 2 cents, will I say. 250 naira, that is how much is amount to 2 cents. So you can get 1 point of laid snail at that particular price. So you can see how cheap it is here in Africa. So starting up your snail farm will not really be much of a burden. You will not really need much capital or stuff like that to really start it up. With little space in your house where you can just cover and make sure the snails do not escape, you can start up your snail farm. I have even seen a lot of people who start their snails farm inside tires, and they are doing very well. They rear their snails in tires and they are selling their snails out very often, and they are making money out of it. So you can see how easy the snail farm is. Although snails also have little kind of problem when it comes to selling, whereby some people feel snails should be really cheap because they feel it's being picked from the bush or some kind of forest that you can just go and pick your snails from there. Most of them don't reason that farmers do keep these snails for a longer period of time for them to actually grow. So at number 2, what I set at my number 2 is the fish farming. Currently here in Nigeria, a lot of people are eating fish. Catfish here, catfish there. Although it was not like this before, but currently people are really consuming a lot of catfish. So anyone who is going into catfish farming or fish farming here in Nigeria might not really have a problem selling it. All you need to do is go to these particular people making barbecue at the roadside. You can easily go there to them, meet them and tell them that, oh, I am a fish farmer, come and buy my fishes. And they're going to come down to your farm and scale your fish and buy them. These particular people buy fishes a lot, especially people that does this barbecue. They can buy your fish, even buy the whole stuff. Like, they can just be off takers in your farm, and once you have your fishes mature enough, they can come and buy them. So catfish is really easy for you to sell, but catfish has its own flaws or its own disadvantages, which is the feed is very expensive, and also you need a very huge capital to start up a catfish or fish farm, because you need to make the ponds or buy your tarpaulin ponds or make your earthen ponds. This will actually cost you money for you to actually buy, so it needs some amount of capital. But when you reason to it at the green parts, it's very profitable, because you are going to be selling your fish very often. Problem of selling your fishes is not really going to be your issue, and fishes can be fed twice a day, which is you can feed them in the morning and go your way and come back and feed them in the evening. Fish is one of the easiest livestock farming to go into. At number 1 is the poultry farming. No matter how a lot of farmers are going into poultry farming, no matter how many thousand people are farming chicken currently, chicken does not have a problem with marketing. Chicken has always been like the number 1 most eaten meat in Africa. Chicken has always been the number 1 most eaten meat in Africa. I don't know about goats and cows, because a lot of people do eat goats and cows, yes, I know. But when it comes to livestock farming, people who do sell very well are those people that keep chickens like birds. They don't have a problem with selling. And let me tell you something, poultry farming is really profitable. Now during the festive period, some people sold one chicken as high as 20,000 naira. 20,000 naira is like $20. Some people sold one chicken as high as 20,000 naira. You can imagine the kind of gain they are going to be making. Although poultry feed is really expensive, but when you look at it at the side of selling, it's very easy to market your chicken, because everybody do eat chicken. but not everyone eats rabbits, not everyone can afford to buy snails, not everyone do eat big meat. But for poultry and fish, almost everyone do eat it. So if you are someone that is into poultry farming, you will notice that selling is not going to be a problem. You are going to be doing a lot of like turnover. Like selling is not going to be your major issue. One thing that is going to be your major issue is space and buying of your feed, because the poultry feed right now is very expensive. I am also a poultry farmer. I am also a rabbit farmer. If you have been watching my videos, you'll notice that I do videos in my rabbit farm. I'm really experienced when it comes to rabbit farming, and for me, rabbit farming is one of the best ventures to ever go into. Although not a lot of people can go about it, based on you need some expertise to go into rabbit farming. Yes, especially when it comes to rabbit babies surviving and some of those kind of things, you need some expertise. But someone can just wake up one day and go into poultry farming, someone who has not even done any training or anything, and succeed in it. But for you to go into like snail farming, you need to attend some courses and some of those kind of things. For you to go into fish farming, you need some vivid ideas. Although all this livestock farming is not really good for you to just wake up and jump into it. Do your research, read a lot of books, watch a lot of videos here on YouTube can actually help you to start up your livestock farm in a very good way. After all, almost 80% of the knowledge I have about rabbit farming, I learned it from YouTube. I follow a lot of YouTubers who are livestock farmers, especially stuff that I am interested in. Just as you are subscribed to this YouTube channel and you are going to be learning from us, we are going to be visiting more livestock farms and also talking to them and interviewing them how their success has been and how they have been able to manage their livestock farm. And trust me, you are going to be learning a lot from this channel. So if you are yet to subscribe to this our YouTube channel, please do well to hit on the red subscribe button, like this video, and also turn on the notification bell, so that any other time I post any video about livestock farming, you are going to get notified and watch. Thanks for watching, guys. Do have a nice day. Until next time, as I always say, peace.